Hello YouTube, this is Hunter Surge with another day of Firestorm reveals. We are on day 16, and today we are cycling back to Fire. We do actually have some Hestia stuff in here, which is cool, and some non-Hestia stuff as well. So let us get into it. Also, if anyone was wondering, I made top 4 at the PNM yesterday. So first up, we have our look at the inset version of Enfyrix. It will be a normal rare, code number 24. That is right here. Yep, nothing much to really say there. We know this card. Honestly, this is one of the more appealing cards in the Hestia archetype. But we'll talk about that a bit later. Then we have Torchen, Champion of Hestia. So this is a 1/1 for 1 fire. When you cast this Torchen, you can search your deck for a Hestia or Torch of Hestia and add to your hand. So the fact that it searches both is pretty cool. However, fundamentally, you really want a searcher to have good stats because you want it to feel fine to run out after you've already searched a card that's in your deck to search. Like drawing into Torchen when you already have Hestia and Torch is really awful. Torch does not put Torch into a good stat line. It's a really strange card. It can still be Ascension fodder by special casting it with Hestia. Also, I do think the Nexus effect on it is neat. The fact that it has this Nexus effect that seems to be primarily for, okay, you cast out the Torchen, then you Nexus off of Torchen back to the Hestia, and then you use Hestia's effect to special cast something out. That is actually pretty cool. I do like that part of Torchen's design, but the stats are just so low for Searcher. It's still better than Sorlet, to be honest. It's still probably better than Sorlet. Because Sorlet relying on battle to get the search is so bad. But this is not a very good card. And I'll remind you that after this card, we only have Warmite left. Oh, no, I don't have the light on in here. You're just going to have to deal with the glare. We only have Warmite left for Champions of Hestia. Which is not revealed in this video. It'll probably be revealed when those wind spiders get revealed. But that card needs to do all the legwork for this archetype now. I think the most frustrating part about Hestia is given that the 1 costs are being made so weak, the best thing you could be doing with Hestia is using it to turn things into Tadpuffs. You just go, okay, I'm just going to quick ascend. Hestia is just going to constantly allow me to quick ascend. But there's no Hestia 2 costs. We have 4 1 costs and a 3 cost. I really hope next set has at least 1 Hestia 2 cost. Because the line of going Hestia special cast out Earth Scout, search for a 2 cost Champ of Hestia, ascend over Earth Scout, or if you already have the Ascension, doing it with Enfyrix instead. That stuff sounds pretty appealing. That stuff sounds pretty decent. But there's no 2 cost, so you have to use out of archetype stuff, which means that use case of Earth Scout doesn't exist. None of them have had good stat lines. It's just very, very frustrating. I don't understand why they're designed this way. Archetype just seems very, very bad in its debut set. But Torchen is getting a full art. This is number 98, which is kind of some bad news. So 98 is right here. So if Majursa is getting a 1 per box full art like the other box toppers, that would be 97, which means we are done for functional cards in this set, and Lunar's not getting a rune. Which is a bit of a bummer. I would like to see a new rune. I always like to see new runes. But it is what it is. It's just really upsetting seeing these full Tempest and Majesty FAs and seeing this, like, okay, so, like, I'm glad we're getting full arts of one costs, but why do we pick, like, some of the worst one costs in the set to give these full arts to? Like, Galaxair is just worse than Carry On, and Torchin is a really bad searcher. Um, that because of its stat line, you don't really want to be running at max copies like you would most searchers. Um, like, I would have really liked to see stuff like Fulgaris and Javalantis, stuff like that get full arts. Those would have been really, really cool full arts to get. Give Fulgaris a full art, stuff like that. That would have been really, really cool. But that's not what we're getting. We're getting, like, the worst one cost in the entire set as full arts. Really, really lame. Actually, how many full art slots do we have left after... Okay, so these will be where the box toppers are. Then we have 6 slots here, but most of them can't be Elestrals, is the thing. It would be like Frost, Solar, and Lunar Elestrals exclusively, so maybe we see some cool full arts for those elements. Maybe the new Flamoth gets a full art, that would be unsurprising. It would be in Wind, and it's a non-champion, so it would be after Galaxy. Then we might see, like, Morphrost Chimera get a full art, then maybe one of the Solar cards got a full art, and one of the Lunar cards got a full art. What could these slots be, though? Very interesting. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Oh, actually, right. This is actually an unknown. This is actually an unknown, because Champions of Aeolus come before Champions of Hermes. So this could be a full art for another Thunder card, most likely. Maybe something that hasn't been revealed yet. I would really like the indicator here is that we're only getting new one costs going forward for Thunder this set. So that would probably be a one cost. That's really cool. Could be a Fulgaris full art. That could still happen. Then we'll have the carry off here, and then these 5 slots can be like other win stuff. I would be very unsurprised to see a Flamoth. Morphrost Chimera wouldn't be surprising. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm getting the picture of what kind of full arts we might be seeing in this set. Okay. We do have a couple more cards left, though. So we have a new Nectar, code number 26. So that is right here. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. We'll talk about that in a moment. So, Ignectar is a 1-2, just like original Ignectar, and when you cast this Ignectar, you can search your deck for Nectar of the Gods and add it to your hand. Nectar has not proven to be very good. It's too expensive for what it's doing a lot of the time. And if you're running this over one of your Ignectar copies, you're reducing the consistency of seeing, like, the Ignectar you need to do the big cast. But this card could be solid. Like, running in, like, a bug deck that's going to be searching the original Ignectar anyways. It is unfortunate that original Ignectar is normal cast only, so you can't go like Hestia Ignectar, then Ascend over with a 3 cost. You can't do stuff like that. Then we have Waspire. So this is number 27, 6/1, 2 fire. You can discard a fire card to force an opponent to expend spirits equal to the enchantment cost of the discard card. So this is like a burn card that doesn't cost you spirits. That's pretty neat. It doesn't have the null once per turn aspect of original Waspire, so it can't be abused in the way that original Waspire could. That means if original Waspire ever becomes a problem again, that it can just be banned because we already have the Escape from Tartarus version. It's fine. That card's going to be a problem again at some point. But this card isn't very good, though. Like, realistically, this card is just not good. It's an Ascension that you have to go into. It's not going to burn for a whole lot. Like, what, are you going to run 3-cost fire dudes just to discard for this? It's not like there are any 3-cost fire runes. Yeah, card just doesn't seem very good. And then we have a Stellar for the new Connector, which is neat. So let's talk about codes. Very interesting is the fact that Ignector and Waspire are 26 and 27. That's interesting because if we go back to Torchin is... Oh, no, Torchin is 25. Oh! Oh, there is a Hestia 2-cost. Oh, so like previously, I was assuming that it's only the starter deck cards, because like with all the other elements, that's been the case. Like water's completely done. Every Champ of Poseidon were the ones that we saw in the starter deck list. Champion of Zeus like ends once we hit Spark Hit. And these are only the ones from the starter decks. Champion of Hermes are laid out specifically in an array that gives the specific space for explicitly the ones from the starter deck. However, Torchin is number 25. Infrix is number 24. That leaves Warmite, and there's 2 slots here, which means we are 100% getting what's Warmite's Ascension? Flarachne. We're 100% getting a champ Flarachne in this set. That's the first time we've seen a champ not be That's the first time we've seen a champ not be listed in the starter deck. That's huge. That's actually so massive. Because like if there's a 2-cost champ, then the lines I was talking about before with Earth Scout become real. Now we just gotta hope that card's really good. That could be the saving grace for Hestia as a divine. It might actually end up being fine if that card is really, really good. Alright, hope renew for Hestia. I came into this video going, oh man, these cards suck. Hestia's gonna be so bad. But then I did the codes. And it's so important to do the codes because you figure out stuff like this. Oh my god. That's really exciting. That's actually really exciting. Yeah. Alright. That's gonna be it for me for today. Talk to you guys later. This is Hunter Surge, signing off.